Right, we are back. This is still Crossfire with Dapo and Ishoma, and we've been taking on trending stories. We've been trying to do analysis to a couple of issues that is trending in Nigeria. We talked about President-elect, the retired general, talking about the missing $20 million, dollars, and information have it that the money probably is not missing. Another school of thought is of opinion that the money probably is being kept somewhere, but we will bring updates on some of the stories as events unfold. All right, at this moment, we quickly will be looking at a very major story that will, that will really take time on the show. APC cautions against last-minute looting. We're talking about a proper handover from the outgoing government. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that a lot of ministries, I was able to, I think I saw a particular meeting where the incumbent President Goodluck Jonathan was addressing ministers and was telling them, go and prepare your handover notes. Go and make sure that you put, you dot your I's and you cross the T's. But the truth is, do you think we're not going to have a reverse? Are they going to really dot the T's and cross the I's? Because
it all depends.
Okay.
An individual can decide to dot the I's and cross the T's to the level they think would cover their tracts. Cover their antecedents.
So which means that actually dotting the T's and crossing the I's.
Because like they say, there are always two sides to a coin. You have the true side, there are always two sides to a coin. Same way, there are always two sides to every issue. You have the true side, which represents the actual event as it is, and then you have the other side that probably suits, any other individual. But I think, and I really do not want to limit this only to the PDP or probably to individuals who worked with the outgoing president. I think this cuts across even members or individuals who served probably under the APC and probably maybe their tenure is over and then they're leaving office. I think the call should also apply to them. This should apply to every individual who has served in office, who has held whatever public office it is. Do not siphon, and God help you if you have siphoned any money. I pray the hammer will fall on that individual. Okay,
Shoma, listen to this story. The All Progressive Congress has alleged last-minute looting of the nation's resources, hurried recruitment into the public service and rushed privatization of key financial institutions by the Goodluck Jonathan administration. The party warned that such actions will have serious repercussions. In a statement issued yesterday by its National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Lai Mohammed, the party said it has been inundated by reports and messages by concerned Nigerians alerting it to the unscrupulous actions of some Jonathan administration officials. It said while President Jonathan administration remains in office till midnight of May the 28th, and governance in the country will not stop because a new president has been elected. It is incumbent upon the outgoing regime not to create any more problem for the incoming government. And this is the story. The story is that don't you think that the incoming government are actually inheriting loads of indebtedness in terms of across almost all the sectors of the economy.
That settles fact. The whole world knows. That's the truth. But my issue here, is, and particularly on this issue about last-minute looting, we know projects were awarded previously, which up to now have not surfaced. How about the supposed funds that were disbursed for those projects? Would they be remitted back to the government, or it's probably going to find its way permanent, home destination in the bank accounts of these individuals?
Before we throw the phone lines open, the question that we're now asking is this. Don't you think the incoming government will want to look into the activities of the outgoing government as soon as they're stepping into office? And by doing so, it will now, in a way, affect what they are supposed to start doing.
No, it won't.
Immediately. I see it.
There's something they call division of labor. You can simply have an individual or a group of individuals. Now that's why we have the ICPC, we have the EFCC.
Activities
it
of
is their job the only thing this government will do is empower them, give them all the necessary information and financial support and tools, manpower, support, and everything it is they need to do their work. That's their business. You don't expect General Muhammadu Buhari or someone like a Fashola or someone like, a Tinubu or an Amechi or whoever it is to begin to take in and begin to chase these people up and down. No, there are already offices, designated institutions that it's simple. You give them the right materials for them to do their job. While Mr. A is doing his own job to make sure that the agricultural sector is back in place. Mind you also, the nation is heavily indebted. We need to recover these funds, one, to be able to finance our debts, and also to get revenue, to be able to meet up also with the expectations. We know it's not
you know my
small
position.
work.
You know my position.
Do you know China? China has one of the largest growing economy in the world today. But do you know China has, over time, probed over 553 public officials for financial misappropriation. Look at Switzerland, for example. You see countries that put their citizens first before themselves. These are the things they do. All of these are spread to accountability.
Now, let me say this.
So I see no reason why
let's put it in perspective before we start receiving calls. I have followed the United States of America's elections and government a couple of times. I don't want to talk like an authority, but I have not really seen a lot of public statement being made by, okay, let's use the example of Bill Clinton and Obama. I haven't seen any clear, I have not seen Obama making statement about, Bill Clinton's administration, misappropriation of fund, and all of those things.
There could be some explanations for that.
I see going to investigate or going to probe into the activities of an outgoing government is a major distraction for an incoming government. That is my position.
In the world, it has never
I see it as a major distraction.
To be a distraction. It will,
if you are going to build, if you are going to have to say, we will not be able to work because a lot of money has been misappropriated, or a lot of contracts have been awarded, or a lot of monies are missing, and we need to get it so that we can fund projects that we need to do.
But that is one of the aspects.
It's a major distraction.
That is one of the aspects
of the new government.
For example, we all say now that corruption has eaten deep to every strata in Nigeria. True or false? The average tomato seller out there is corrupt because they want to.
That's what I'm saying. Let him come into office and let us move forward from where we are. Not digging deep into a lot of.
When we talk about probing here, first of all, it has different branches. First of all, you are going to expose the corrupt individuals. Because you have a lot of corrupt individuals. There are some you see on camera. There are some you see behind the scene. Okay. You need to expose these people. And you need to take them out and replace them with more transparent individuals.
Don't you think it's a distraction? That's my question. I think it's going to cause a major distraction for the
Let's not confuse our viewers. But
no, this is not confusion. I'm taking a position. I'm entitled to my opinion. This is not what is confusing.
The reason why I strongly agree with this administration is if, despite we've seen all the beautiful manifestos they've doled out, and you have an individual who is so corrupt, who probably has been part of the generational root cause of non-development in a particular sector, and you leave him there and he's sitting on the wealth.
How can he be there? The new government, the incoming government is coming with his personnel.
You do not.
It's coming with new.
Are you saying now that the new government will sack everybody who has been in office before?
I'm not saying sack. I'm just simply saying they probably will come with new set of ministers.
They will.
And these ministers, hold on, Ishama, these ministers oversees ministries, and they have responsibilities.
You have a corrupt individual who is heading a ministry, for example. He has stolen a whole lot of money. He's part of the corrupt processes. You are saying he should not be probed. Now, how do you expect the new incoming administration to be able to do what is expected? In the sense that even when they come up with robust plans, they disburse money. Now you have a corrupt individual who has been untouched, who has not been probed, whose negative antecedents has not been exposed. He's sitting there and he's siphoning. He's making a mockery of the good activities of that new incoming government.
That's why I'm saying that.
That's why I'm saying.
You have a strong point, just like I have a strong point. Your strong point, I agree, to it to a very large extent, that, okay, there should be a form of probing. But I'm saying that the situation in the country today is so is so very bad that the incoming government should focus on what will improve the life of Nigerians on the immediate, okay?
There are so
on the
many
immediate
ways.
Because if what you are saying is that, okay, the moment they step into office, they should start probing officials who have been in government and all of that and stuff.
I said this earlier on that General Muhammadu Buhari is not going to take a cane and begin to chase these people.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about his administration.
Come on, Dapo. They are
the same set of people who are going to work.
They have institutions. For example, imagine. Let's use our health sector and our power sector. Are you saying if General Muhammadu Buhari begins to focus on rebuilding, or revitalizing our health sector?
Let him stop from where this administration stopped.
Wait, are you trying to
let him start from where they stopped?
The fact that he's focusing on the health sector will pose a distraction to him focusing on the power sector? No, it's very possible for you to run your reformative
all the sectors can actually be growing at the same time. Develop.
So you can also
it has
do your
nothing to do with sector. No.
You can also do your probing.
No.
You have the ICPC.
See, I think you're missing the point here. I think you're missing the point here. Let me make it clear. Let me make it clear. The institutions that we have who probes into financial mismanagement or misconduct and all of that. We have the FCC, we have the SFU, the Special Fraud Unit, we have the ICPC, we have all of these institutions. They will do their job. Do you understand? I am saying that the incoming government should not focus on the proceed or on the gains of the probe or of the investigation before they will start working.
Nobody has said, he has not said he's going to focus only on that.
See, from what we established this, don't forget,
we listed that
he is going to inherit a lot of...
He said he was going to probe this.
This is not the only thing to attend to.
For example, look at our military. Do you want us to go that route also? Our military, what they're suffering, the reason why our military has been ridiculed to the level it is today is also because of a whole lot of financial misappropriation. Because the money which we're supposed to have been disbursed for the effective tackling of insurgency and security-related issues were not disbursed to these individuals.
Okay, I am saying
So how do you expect? So you said the whole process, everything basically is wrong with every sector.
Let me give you a scenario.
So if you do not prove, how can you purge? How can you remove the bad eggs? How can you remove the bad water and infuse?
Okay, let me give you a scenario. Let me give you a scenario. So that, it will make my point very clear. If I am going on a journey and I have a lot of backlog or I'm going with so many load on a very far journey. The journey ahead of General Buhari is huge. It's a very huge task.
He's aware of that. And
General,
he's not complaining.
Hold on. I'm saying, General, kindly leave behind all the backlogs. Let us move on. Let us move on. Don't carry the backlogs along with you on this long journey.
Why don't you say, General, why don't you hand over this backlog of luggages you have to some individuals?
Is it not going to be people in his cabinet that will do it?
Bear the burden.
It's still the same set of people.
We need to send
the general is not going to do anything on his own. He's a pyramid. He sits up there. Hold on. He sits up there. All the people reporting to him, the ministers, the members of the Federal Executive Council, the directors, all the people in the MDAs, everybody begins to take, responsibility and take charge.
Look, even the World Bank has realized and they know that it is necessary for him to carry out a probe. That is the reason why they're backing him, because they know if anything happens to the Nigerian economy, it's going to affect the world. And you know who will suffer it most? You and I, the average child out there on the street who cannot go to school because of financial problems. So we need to support him in this move.
Is it necessary for the incoming government to probe the outgoing government before they move on? Or it is totally unnecessary?
No, or you can add a third point, or they should do it side by side.
Or they should do it side by side.
Yes, I agree with that.
Pick up your phones. This show is your show. Crossfire is not about us. It's about you. It's about me. It's about every pro-Nigerian. And so we'll be taking your call when we come back from this short break. We'll be right back.